another episode of Back to the Facts. Earlier last night, I did my research on a few different websites, gathering 30 facts, in which I will put the sources I used in the description of the video, as always. Let's begin. You are actually paralyzed when you dream. And of course, there are more explanations to these than I actually jotted down. If you would like to read more about them, then you can check out the websites for yourselves. Women have more nightmares than men. I feel like I put that one in a different video, in the first Back to the Facts video, but I have no idea. I don't know. Because after I upload a video, I don't even watch it, to be honest. So if I made a mistake, then if I made any mistakes in the video, then I don't even know unless you guys tell me. At this point in time, I don't have editing software on my computer because I use a Chromebook. And the reason why, if you can hear my fan over there, the reason why I'm leaving it on is because a man by the name of Viviano Lopez told me in a live stream that the sound, or actually not in a live stream, on a video, that the sound of the fan plus whispering is something. I forgot the word he used, but basically he said that he likes it. So, because of that, I have the fan on, but also, if I didn't, I would be dying in here. Women and men are more often victims than aggressors in their dreams, but both men and women are equally likely to befriend another character in their dreams. Very cool. If you guys want to share any dreams that you've had where you've befriended a character, where the character is an animal, because that's what registers in my mind when it says befriending another character, then please share it, because that would be more interesting, I think, than befriending another human in your dream, because you can do that in real life, but befriending an animal, doing that in real life and understanding them and them understanding you fully, I think that can only happen in a dream. 60% of people don't remember their dreams. You forget 90% of your dreams within 10 minutes. That's upon waking up though, but for me personally, dreams come back to me throughout the day. Like, if I forget it when I wake up and I am awake like throughout the whole day, in the afternoon, like late afternoon or at night, sometimes it comes back and I remember it, and it's very cool. Dreams are mostly negative. 12% of people dream in black and white. That's crazy. I don't even know how they found that out, or if that's even true at all. But this is back to the facts, not back to the false. There's a 1 in 3 chance police will never identify your killer if you're murdered in the United States. NPR reports criminologists estimate that at least 200,000 murders have gone unsolved since the 1960s. That's a lot. If the sun exploded right now, you wouldn't know about it for another 8 minutes. The energy from the explosion would be traveling at the speed of light, which means it would take 8 minutes and 20 seconds to travel from the sun to the earth. Science for you. 20% of children report hearing voices. Thomas Hargrove, a homicide archivist, estimates that there are over 2,000 serial killers at large right now. According to his records, there are over 27,000 murders that aren't even in FBI files. Damn. There are about 40 supervolcanoes around the world capable of claiming up to 1 billion lives, and we're about 24,000 years overdue for an eruption. Cool in the way that we've gone this long without it erupting, but dang, if it erupts and the whole world is destroyed, maybe that's what God meant by the rapture. I don't know. About 1 in 50 people in the United States currently have a brain aneurysm that just hasn't ruptured yet. And a brain aneurysm ruptures about once every 18 minutes. Hold on, I need to get some water. I had some burritos, salty burritos, El Monterey burritos before this. And I don't think salt is a very good lubricant for your voice or throat. There are over 200 dead bodies on top of Mount Everest. Because retrieving them is such a risk, they serve as markers for other hikers. That's actually disturbing, because what if you're hiking up the mountain, or not hiking, but climbing it, however they do it. I'm knowledgeless in this snow climbing, rock climbing stuff. I have no idea. And then on your way up, you see a body that would be a nightmare in real life. Dogs like squeaky toys because they mimic the screams of their prey. There's a theory that they rip the speaker out of the toy because there's a theory that they rip the squeaker out of the toy because as long as it squeaks, the dog still thinks it's alive. My dog doesn't even use his squeaky toy. It's a pizza with a squeaker in it, and he doesn't even like it. The dead outnumber the living 15 to 1. In 1968, the dead outnumbered the living roughly 29 to 1. There are 18,600,000 vacant homes in the U.S. That's enough for every homeless person to have 6. If this is true, which it is, because, this is back to the facts, not back to the false truth. This is a back to the facts. I'll say it again, this is a back to the facts. Then that means that our government isn't doing enough for the homeless. And I'm not talking about the homeless that are druggies. I'm talking about the homeless that our veterans. During World War II, an American plane crashed on a Japanese island, Chichijima. There were 9 men on board. 8 of them were captured and eaten. The one who was rescued was George H.W. Bush. Do you have any conspiracy theories about that? Please share if you do, because I definitely don't. Oscar, the therapy cat, lives in the Steer House Nursing and Rehabilitation Center in Providence, Rhode Island. He resides in the dementia unit and keeps residents company. It's said that Oscar can sense when a resident is about to pass away and will sleep next to them till the end. That's beautiful. Scaphism was a form of ancient torture back in the day. It consisted of the victim being covered all over with honey and then subjected to large amounts of ants and other insects. It's horrible. That would suck. And with all of these, there was a picture that came with it. I think most of them, at least. And I didn't put them on the Google Doc, just because some of them were disturbing to me, actually. Aokigahara Forest, also known as the Sea of Trees, is a popular forest in Japan where people go to take their own life. In 2010 alone, over 200 people attempted the act, and 54 were successful. A young couple, Tom and Eileen Lonergan, from Louisiana, went on vacation to Australia. They booked to go scuba diving in the Coral Sea with a group of people. Tom and Eileen were mistakenly left behind in the ocean. Before someone noticed the pair were missing, it was already much too late. They were never seen again. That'd be a horrible vocation. Life-changing for the worst. And it wouldn't even be life-changing though, because you died, but it would be because I guess you'd look back on it after death, maybe. UVB 76, also known as the Buzzer, is believed to be a Russian shortwave radio station. It has been mysteriously broadcasting the same signal since 1982. No one knows where the signal is coming from or why. It sounds like low buzzing with the occasional Russian voice transmission. In 1952, Albert Einstein could have become the president of Israel. He declined the offer, however. That would have been an interesting switch on history. Before proper dentures came about in the mid-1800s, dentures were crafted using teeth taken from the mouths of deceased soldiers. That's so gross. I wonder if they cleaned it at all or just rinsed it off. That's so gross though. King Tut's parents were recently confirmed to be siblings. DNA from the mummified remains of Tut's mother revealed her to be both mother to Tut and sister of his father, Akhenaten. Gross, but interesting. Human sacrifice was a common practice among the Aztecs. Over 20,000 people were sacrificed at the ancient temple of Tenochtitlan. I think that's how you say it, but I have no idea. The Democratic Party's symbol is a donkey because in 1828, someone called Andrew Jackson a jackass. In their defense, he totally was, but the donkey became a Democratic symbol as Jackson's way of shooting back at the name caller. So he just ate what was dished to him, and dished back by accepting it. Interesting. So by using this symbol of the donkey, I wonder what the symbol of the Democratic Party would be if this piece of history never took place. Some people in the Victorian era made jewelry out of their deceased loved ones. Teeth, hair, and bone could all be incorporated into memorial jewelry. That's kind of cool, but kind of creepy because no one does that nowadays, or at least not that I know of. John Adams and Thomas Jefferson, two founding fathers who were present for the signing of the Declaration of Independence, died on the anniversary of their nation's birth. They both passed away on July 4th, 1826, exactly 50 years after the original Independence Day, July 4th, 1776. Those are all the facts that I have today. So, thank you all so much for watching. I will be streaming in just a few minutes. By the time you see this video, I will be streaming. And that was 30 facts, but I didn't try to rush through them because normally I have more to say as to what the facts are about or what the facts state. But with these, I really didn't. There was nothing more to say. They pretty much explain themselves, and that was just it. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the stream if you're there, and I will also see you in the next video. So take care and sleep well if you're going to sleep right now. But if not, stay tuned for the live stream.